Good evening, I'm Lee Anderson. The Redmond City Council met tonight for a 2020 year in review. The council discussed issues like police, growth, and development, but things soured at the end of the meeting. Alec Nolan has the details.
The Redmond City Council was joined by Redmond Police Chief Dave Tarbett and Captain Devin Lewis, who highlighted service call statistics and trends for a 2020 year in review.
Even though we had less overall number of calls, we saw an increase in domestic violence, mental health calls, medical assists, etc.
The department says they received 2,500 less calls for the year, but an increase in domestic violence was a trend in the wrong direction. But Captain Lewis says there's a reason behind it.
Domestic violence was actually up 24%, those domestic-related calls. And again, that's the highest number we've seen in the city of Redmond. And we also attribute that to COVID and the pandemic, folks being just stuck, at home with each other, not having the ability or the option to be able to get away.
Perhaps the most significant statistical jump is medical assist calls, with a 795% increase since 2017. Despite the increase, Chief Tarbett says statistics on crime overall look reassuring.
Being that our crime rate continues to remain flat despite our population growth, that is a good thing.
As the meeting came to a close, however, tempers flared.
George?
Sorry?
I'd like to respond, please.
It's mayor, but go ahead.
Councilor Ed Fitch attached a letter to the meeting agenda airing out his grievances with the council's culture and structure.
I think that the attachment of letters is not constructive. I think that it's one-sided and it doesn't start dialogue. I think all it does is skew one person's perspective.
Councilor Fitch says council members are inserted on committees as silent monitors. But Mayor Endicott says Fitch is the only member not serving on a committee, and that's his own personal choice.
I mean, Ed, you're an attorney and you can state things and try and make it look like it's a certain situation, but it is not.
Fitch says rules need to be changed, but Mayor Endicott says during their meetings, they'll follow what's in place.
I mean, if you have a question, ask it. Don't just throw out implications without having the knowledge or understanding.
In Bend, Alec Nolan, News Channel 21.